Hey, is Zone here yet?
For the millionth time, no. I will budge you the second he gets here. Jeez, I've never seen you so excited. You're like a little girl the morning her brother gets out of jail for beating up a cop. Or Christmas morning.
A little nervous, that's all. This guy, you know, Owen was my mentor. He taught me everything I know about politics. How to campaign, how to manipulate the press. Most importantly, how to motivate people. So when he gets here, I want you guys to all, you know, do stuff.
Michael Faraday!
Owen Kingston! Oh, look at you! I tell you, this is like stepping back in time.
The past is prologue, Michael. Men like us have to keep looking to the future.
What the hell are you talking about?
Marty, whatever happens, you must not let your other self see you. The consequences could be disastrous. Excuse me, sir. Yes, you with the hat.
Who? Me?
Yes. Be a pal, hand me a 5/8 inch wrench out of that toolbox. 5/8? Don't you mean 3/4? Why, you're right. I presume you're conducting some sort of weather experiment. That's right. How did you know that? Oh, I happen to have had a little experience in this area. Yes. Well, I'm hoping to see some lightning tonight, although the weatherman says there's not going to be any rain. Well, there's going to be plenty of rain, all right. Wind, thunder, lightning. It's going to be one hell of a storm. Well, thanks. Nice talking to you. Maybe we'll bump into each other sometime again in the future. Or in the past.
Marchy McFly, Marchy McFly. Year 6 of Marchy McFly. Ready or not. Year 6 of Marchy McFly. I'm back, great Scott. It's year 6. 31 straight days for you. In year 6. It's back to the future part 2. Every day. Gonna have a little talk of Marty and Doc. Marty and Doc. Marty and Doc. Marty and Doc. Marty and Doc.
Happy Monday, everybody. It's Monday, March 23rd, which means it is the 23rd day of Marchy McFly, the 23rd day of Marchy McFly 6, and for the 23rd time in a row, I am here talking Back to the Future Part 2 to you. And yes, we're so much closer to my adventure, which starts tomorrow as I fly off to Florida to spend a day there, then spend a day and a half there about, then drive back to Massachusetts with my mother-in-law and my mother-in-law's dog, but continuing to do Marchy McFly along the way. That's the plan now. The plan originally was to record some before, and you know what? That's boring. I thought even maybe of recording part of an episode, like part of tomorrow's episode beforehand, and I'm still up in the air about that. We'll see. Probably not, but maybe. However, the main part of Marchy McFly will be live, quote unquote, live every day, meaning Tuesday's episode you will hear me talking from Tuesday, and every day henceforth as we go to the future ourselves. The big exciting thing is getting to Saturday. That's the future I'm looking forward to, because that's the day that we'll be home, the day that my adventure comes to an end. And then, of course, I can get back to just, spending time with my wife and my dog, but also just talking to each and every one of you without having to find the time. I make the time. I have the time. And, I got all the time I need in the world. I got a time machine. So it really will work out just fine. Famous last words. We'll see. I did just confirm that I will be having a guest a week from today on Marchy McFly. Things got a little pushed back, so I'm going to have to try to schedule my guest in the last three to the last 4 days, because the final day, I really just wanted to ride that one solo, but hopefully I can schedule another one of my guests. If you're listening Saturday or Sunday, I will reach out to you later today as well. But 23 days in, there is less Back to the Future 2 stuff to find than Back to the Future. It's just the way it is. And so today I relied on that opening clip to be from Spin City. Yes, there was an episode where Christopher Lloyd guest starred on an episode of Spin City, which was a show I definitely watched. I don't know if I stayed with it, though. It was a different time because I didn't have DVR. I was in college. And if you missed the episode, you missed it. Maybe you catch it in the summer. Because I don't think I was setting up the VCR for Spin City, but I definitely watched it. And I'm wondering if it's streaming. I know I've covered it for sitcom All Ye Faithful. Let's look it up right now. Spin City sitcom. It is not really. I can't find it spinning. I can't find it streaming or spinning anywhere. That's a shame. But they're out there. They are out there. In fact, I see, some of them are even put on YouTube, and I think the one I watched was on Daily Motion or some website. But I remember the show went on after Michael J. Fox left, and it was a good cast, actually. A very good cast, like a good sitcom supporting cast. I thought it was a lot of fun. And then they brought in show savior Heather Locklear, and then they brought in Charlie Sheen. Do you remember Charlie Sheen replaced? He was a different character, but he replaced Michael J. Fox. I'm saying a lot because I really wasn't expecting to talk this much about Spin City, but I don't think I watched those years. But part of me wants to go back and watch all of them. Will I? I say a lot of things that don't happen, so I'm going to guess there's a better chance that I never watch them than I watch all of them. But that doesn't mean there's no chance. So where are we today? Today was a weird kind of 3 minutes and 20 seconds. It had a really cool moment, or fun moment with Doc and Doc. Because again, Doc does, in 1955, this version of Doc does almost as little as Dr. Loomis does in the original Halloween. If you remember in the original Halloween, you think Dr. Loomis is chasing Michael Myers around and tracking him down. He kind of does nothing. He walks around. He's like, I'm going to wait by the house. And he yells at Lonnie, hey, Lonnie, get the hell out of here. He tells the cops, get your guns ready. He tells people to do a lot of things. For some reason, the cops take directions from a doctor, but he doesn't do that much. And in 1955, this version of Doc does even less. He stays with the car. He almost causes a paradox. He goes back to the car, and then I don't think he causes the accident. It happens, but something's up with the time circuits that cause the accidental, traveling back to the Old West. But we do, as much as he's yelling at Marty, do not run into yourself. It's very important you don't run into yourself. He seems perfectly fine to have that conversation right where he knows his other self could be at any moment. And it turns out he runs into him as expected, which does lead to a cute, fun movie moment. But in, logic wise, what the hell, Doc? However, this segment opens up with a line read that I never really paid attention to before or appreciated it. And I think it might be one of my new favorite lines. And now every time I watch this movie, I'm going to be looking forward to this line. And it's, right at the beginning when Doc is telling Marty about the other self, and Marty once again is like, my other self, like he's asking questions again. He's like, my other self, like he still doesn't get it. And you can hear the exasperation in Doc's voice. Here, listen to this.
Yes! Remember, your mother is at that exact same dance with you. Yeah.
Right. This could get heavy, Doc.
It's like he's had enough with Marty asking these questions. He's like, the exact same dance with you. Yeah. Like, just listen to that again. The way he goes, yeah. Like, duh.
That exact same dance with you. Yeah.
Right.
It's like one of the only times that Doc, almost like he loses his patience, and I feel like he almost snaps at Marty. He's like, yeah. So I will love that part now for the rest of time. So while he's telling, Marty all this stuff about, you're at the dance, you can't run into yourself. Who do we see in the background but Doc's other self, which is the clip I played at the beginning of the episode. It's fun seeing how they interact, the two Docs. We see, the 1955 Doc has the blonder hair, the yellower hair. It's not fully white yet. And he's still got the bump on his head. It's a really cool, difference between this one and 1985 Doc. And I always talk about seeing the seams, how they do things. For here in this scene, the seam is the pole light. He's able to reach. It's a little clumsy. They don't really have to line up the arm all that much. They have Doc go right up to his shoulder. But then you see just the arm kind of come through. It looks almost a little short, like a little awkward. But again, 85 Doc is trying to avoid 55 Doc, even though 85 Doc should have been like, oh, no English, and walk away, or something. Instead, he's having full conversations with them. I presume this is some sort of weather experiment, and which is a fun thing anyway. Like, yes, I'm looking at it logically. Doc, the man of science, should be getting the hell out of there. But Doc, the fun character, still wants to see it all. Now, I often think of like timeline. So 85 Marty, the original 85 Marty did not have that family. So then he goes, the family changes, and he comes back, and that 1980, the Marty he sees, from Lone Pine Mall, that one has the memory of the family. That one grew up with the family. That one still goes back, and it's probably a little different. He's probably like, oh my God, my dad's a real dork. What happened? How did he not get cool? And it all happened when he hit, oh no, it wouldn't have happened that way. It all happened when no, it didn't all happen with that. It all happened at the dance. So he would still follow his dad and be like, why is he looking up there? Peeping Tom, all that stuff could still happen. It's just, he doesn't know. Like, he wouldn't say to his mom, you look so thin. Like, he wouldn't say that. And the conversation between him and George, come on, George. Believe me, George, you'll definitely be a good author. We know that Marty will know all those things. So that would be the difference. The second time around, and I guess subsequently every time around after that. It's just the first one, Marty Prime, he's the one who didn't get a chance to live that. This time around, we see two Docs. So this Doc here is still the Doc who goes to 1985 and then later has to come back to 1955. So I'm wondering if it's, okay, this Doc goes to 1985 and now comes back to 1955 and see, like, it's the same Doc, right? because yes, it's the same doc. So that means that this doc, I guess technically it's not. That first doc never met someone. This doc did. I'm trying to think, would this doc in 85 now have the memory of meeting someone in 55? But I feel like those two, the way I'm talking about Marty, they both one can't be true and the other one, I think, is what I'm trying to say. Me fail English. Doesn't matter. All right. But the fun thing is he asked for a wrench, a specific wrench, and Doc's like, don't you mean like he says the different, I can't remember exactly what it was. Oh, well, yes, you're right. And the 55 Doc's like, I don't know if it's going to be a storm. Oh, and the other Doc, it's great. He goes, oh, it's going to be a hell of a storm. And then we get the great line, maybe we'll see each other in the future or the past. Now, why would Doc say this unless he wants to complicate things? And you think the other Doc would be like, that guy looked and sounded just like me. Interesting. Like, if you ran into a person, didn't get a really good look at him, but they looked and sounded just like you, do you think you would notice? So I got to tell you, we're at 1:24, and there's barely a line said for the rest of this segment. But Biff arrives at the dance. I like it that he just pulls up in the back right by a sign that says no parking. I didn't notice that until this time around. He gets out of the car and goes in the back door. And in the book, I think it's like, you don't have a ticket to get in here. And he threatens to beat someone up. He gets out of the car, almost leaves the almanac. Marty goes to reach for it, literally leans up goes to reach for it. Biff comes back. Marty ducks down. Like, no one in the world should be able to not notice Marty in your back seat. Biff, just turn your head slightly. Nope, he's just so completely absent-minded. You could say that doesn't make any sense. You could say it doesn't make any sense, or you could chalk it up to Biff being an idiot. I guess we have to say Biff is an idiot because it happened, but it doesn't make any sense. Marty literally gets out of the car while Biff is right behind him. He doesn't wait till he goes in the door, and he just goes in right behind him, follows him right into the dance right behind him. So the door opens again. You think Biff would hear it? Nope, doesn't hear it at all. Now, he does look back once, and Marty hides behind the door. He starts calling for Doc, and now there's a kid showing up in a leather jacket, a leather pork pie, fedora hat, whatever you want to call them, with binoculars, staring at other children, other school, classmates. No, well, not really classmates, but other teens, and nobody seems to notice or care. Some of them might recognize him as Calvin Klein. What are you doing? You're supposed to be with Lorraine. Thankfully, nobody notices that. So he pulls out his binoculars, and we get the classic TV and movie binocular view that doesn't actually exist in real life, where the two circles next to each other, in blackness around the side. Like, that's the international look of binoculars. And we see Crispin Glover, who is not in this movie, but he's used here. There's scenes here of Marty looking over at Crispin Glover, who's in his white tuxedo about to go out and confront who he thinks is Marty. Turns out to be Biff. Then we see we see Marty walking through. It's great to see the band on stage, the Enchantment Under the Sea dance band. What is it? Marvin Berry and the Starlighters. And he looks over, and he's got his eye on Biff. Biff's got the almanac in his back pocket. We see Biff with Skinhead, Match, and 3D, and they're spiking the punch while Biff is looking at a girly magazine called Ooh La La that he turns and holds in a perfect way so that we can see it, which, no normal person would actually hold it that way. But Marty doesn't care about that. He sees the Sports Almanac in the back of his pocket, and that's what he cares most about. But as they're spiking the punch, Marty takes his binoculars, looks over, and sees Strickland back with his little hair again, because it's the 50s. Jesus, didn't he ever have hair? Yeah, he has a little hair, just not on top. And we see him staring at Biff and Biff's friends. So Biff and Biff's friends head out. They go back outside. Mind you, Marty's doing all this while kids are right there dancing around him. He's just got binoculars staring at other kids. Nobody bats an eye at it. So Marty walks through, and I guess he starts coming out. We see a sign that says girls gym. I guess that's where the dance is, in the girls gym. He steps out of the girls gym, and he looks over. He walks down, and again, no one turns, no one notices. Literally, he's standing right behind them, and we see Biff yelling about Calvin Klein. Where is he? And they're like, how do we know this? Friend's like, we don't know. He goes, go and find him. So he yells at all of them to go find Calvin Klein, and they start running off as Marty goes and hides like in a corner so they don't notice him. He could stand right there. They wouldn't notice him anyway. That's how rules work in this movie. No one would notice him at all. And that is where this 3-minute and 20-second clip ends. So what did we learn here? We learned that Doc is kind of fed up with Marty going, huh? What? 2 of us? I don't get it. Like, yeah, Doc, Marty, you should get it at this point. But this is the first time Doc is exasperated by Marty, and maybe he's thinking like, this is what I get for partnering with a teenage boy on my time-traveling adventures. Because when you really think about it, he could have stopped Marty Jr. completely. Just held him captive for 48 hours. And then, boom, the chance for Marty to go off with Griff would be moot, and it would be done. Instead, he's like, let me bring the 17-year-old boy down to the future and have him go on, try to save the day. And all hell breaks loose because Doc is irresponsible through and through. Yes, in the first one, he's trying to save Marty, and in the third one, Marty's trying to save him. I do love that juxtaposition. The second one is just hijinks for hijinks' sake, and we still have 8 more days to go. So next Tuesday is the final day of Marchy McFly, and then from there the podcast will probably go quiet until June 1st, until movie month, which is crazy that then it's only 2 months away. So the podcast will be quiet for about 2 months, but then it comes back. It goes quiet for months, and then boom, it's on fire. It's on fire for a full month or 25 days at the least, and then give or take episodes here or there. Like there could be a movie I see that is unrelated to movie month, unrelated to any podcast, but yet I still will want to talk about it. That could happen. That might happen. There's a great chance that will happen, but we will see. Otherwise, I will talk to you tomorrow from either the airport or Florida or both. Either way, I hope to see you then. I'll be here. I hope you will be too. But until then, you can follow me on all the socials at Geek Mentality, except TikTok, of course, which is Geek Mentality Mike. I mean, everyone knows that at this point. The Facebook page is Fans.Experts. The YouTube channel is Fans.Experts. That's because the website is fans.experts.com. Yesterday, I was all excited to try to get to 25 minutes. I'm not even going to bother with that because I am recording this during lunch, which I need to go eat now. So I will talk to you tomorrow. But until then, thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. And here is my theme song.
This is my podcast, I made it. Geek Mentality's what I named it. And I think you should listen and subscribe. Cause I'm kinda funny and awesome. I think that I'm worth your time. And I'm kinda handsome. My mom says, please listen and please subscribe. At least listen to this episode.
Fans not experts.